What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Maps Exposed. This is the series where I share all of the lines of sight, as well as any other secret spots that I know of on every map in CoD WW2. In today's episode, we're going to be doing things a little bit different. We're going to be covering all of the DLC 3 multiplayer maps. Normally, I would do these in individual episodes, but with these particular maps with DLC 3, there really isn't a whole lot that they leave to the imagination, and therefore, if I did individual episodes per map, each episode wouldn't be very good, but if I throw it all into one episode, then it'll actually make for a decent episode for you guys. So, let's hop into the first map. This is Monte Cassino. So first up, right back at the CoD Domination flag, if you're coming up into this area here where all this art is, and you think somebody might be hanging out in this area, or they might be coming through there, maybe you're being spawn trapped back at C, instead of trying to approach them up the stairs and around the corner, exposing your whole body, what you can do here is just jump on top of this railing, and then walk up here, and there you go. Nice line of sight over top, they won't expect this, and you'll be able to pick them off really easily from here. Another thing over by the C flag is this wagon here. You can use this for cover in a lot of ways. Sometimes you get people that kind of hang out in this area here, and they'll keep peeking out to shoot at you while you're coming out of the C spawns. If you can get yourself up to this area here, you can hop up on these sandbags. That gives you a lot of cover to challenge these people and pick them off before pushing up. Now right over here by this ladder, I just want to point out that you can get up into this area here. How you use this is really up to you, but I just wanted to show that you can jump up on there, and then you just jump to this invisible ledge here, and you can get yourself right here. You can use this to pick people off there, or if you work your way around this little ledge, you can maybe look in towards this area right here, and they won't expect that. It's really up to you how you decide to use that one. Now getting over towards this side of the map, a lot of times you have people that are camping up there. If you're playing Domination, you want to try and get that B flag captured, and it can be really difficult to break that guy out of there because you've got not much cover to get to him from over here. What you can do with a sniper rifle though, if you come up over here, is you can actually pick off a nice jump shot on him. It's a pretty easy jump shot to hit as far as jump shots go, so as long as you line yourself up nicely, you can just jump up and pick him off with your sniper rifle. Now on the reverse side of that, if you're trying to push the B flag, sometimes people will just be up on that ledge right there, and they can be pretty difficult to pick off of that area as well, because they've got really good cover, and you don't have the greatest cover to challenge them. I think your best bet is to come up in this window, and that's pretty much a 50-50 fight right there. What I like to do, and this is something that they don't normally expect, is I come into this area right here. From here, they're not normally looking this way, they're looking towards that window, they're looking towards this gap right here, and you can usually pick them off here, especially if you like crouch walk your way up here and then just suddenly stand up. You can easily pick them off there, and they usually won't be able to react in time. Now, if you push past the B flag and your enemies are coming from that A domination area right there, something I like to do is hop up into this area right here, and if you just crouch and strafe your way over just to the right spot right here, you can easily pick the people off that are coming through that doorway. I'll show you really quick. This is that doorway right there. There's no way they can get through that doorway without you seeing them if you're in that particular spot. But keep in mind, if they're coming around this way, you won't be able to see them, and they could get on your flank and kill you. So I wouldn't really just like camp there for a super long time. It's more so if you just happen to be up here, you think people might be coming through there, have a peek through here, you might be able to pick off a nice free kill, but don't linger for too long. So that's going to wrap it up for Monte Cassino. Now let's move on to Market Garden. And on Market Garden, I have an incredible spot if you're at the A Domination side of the map, you're playing Domination, or even other game modes, and you want to attack or defend the B flag. An excellent way to do that is to simply jump up on these sandbags here, then jump up on this potted plant right here. From this area, if you're crouched, look at that. Look at that line of sight over the B flag. If they come up to that area there trying to capture it and use a bit of cover, you can easily pick them off. If they're anywhere out in the open towards the B flag, you can, again, easily pick them off there. They won't expect you here. You'll win this gunfight 9 times out of 10 against those guys. Only problem with this is you are really exposed to this doorway right here, so if you have enemies that are coming through there, you gotta really keep an eye out there or else you'll get yourself picked off. Another thing you may have noticed, from on top of this plant, you can also see into that area right there, so if somebody's flanking all the way around, this can be a useful spot for countering them. Now getting over in this area here, still on the A Domination side of the map, if you have enemies that are up those stairs, and they're kind of waiting for you and you're flanking around like this, a great way to challenge them is to simply go prone and shoot underneath this truck. They're not normally looking for you down there, they're normally looking for you to peek around the side of cover here, so that's a nice easy way to pick them off. You can also kind of use this to shoot their feet as they come through that doorway. Now getting into the kitchen here, if you're attacking towards the A Domination flag, oftentimes enemies are coming through this area here. That's a really common choke point. And I see people a lot of times standing right in this doorway, right out in the open, or maybe they'll use this for cover here. This is definitely better than the previous option, which is standing in the doorway. I don't see a whole lot of people shooting through this glass right here though. So this is a great piece of concealment. They can shoot through it, so be really careful with that, because they can pretty easily pick you off once they see that you're there. But a lot of times they won't even see you if you're just peeking through this window instead of standing out in a more obvious spot like here or in the open. Now getting into the B Domination area, I've got a pretty ridiculous spot. I don't know how I managed to find this, but if you come to this area right here, it has to be exactly this spot where that line is. If you stand next to it and hit the jump button, and look at that, you can easily see people coming from the box over there, as well as anybody that's up on the terrace there, and you can see a little bit through the doorway there. Unfortunately, this glass is one way right here, so you can shoot from the other way, they can shoot you, but you can't shoot them through this glass. But if you crouch, if you line up your sight where you need it to be and you crouch, you can shoot through the wood and still get the kill on those people. So it's more of a check spot. You can see where people are coming from. You can see when they're coming through there. But if you time it right and you angle it right, you can crouch and get the kill on people. I should also point out from that exact same spot, you can look the other way and kind of see a little bit onto that balcony there, that little stair area there. It's not nearly as good looking this way, but unfortunately we don't have the same jump spots in those areas there. Now, if you're coming on this outside route here towards where the B flag is and just this area where people will often post up on that box, what you can do is use this tank for cover. A lot of people didn't know you can just pop up here like this, and there you go. You now have the advantage in that fight. Also, if you're attacking from this side of the map over here, if you jump up here, sometimes you'll be able to see like little glimpses of people moving around in the B flag area, especially if they've really got that locked down. You can actually spray right through this and pick those guys off. You just have to really keep an eye out for movement through that glass. You'll just see kind of the tips of their head through there. But if you see even just a little bit of movement, or if you have an LMG with FMJ, spray through there and you just might get a free kill. This brings us to the final map for DLC 3, and this is Stalingrad. So with this one, it's actually a lot of snipers that are going to be chilling up in the common sniper areas, like up there, or on this side, up in those areas. And they're often just battling between each other. It's pretty difficult to find some good lines of sight against them that aren't obvious, but I do have a great one right here. If you hop up on this barrel back here and crouch, you get a great line of sight through the window of this truck. It's very difficult for them to see you through here, and you'll easily be able to pick them off. As for coming from the other direction, if you hop up right on this area right here, you can pick people off as they come through that opening there. That's kind of a really common choke point as they come out of spawn, and you're a much harder target to hit here than standing somewhere like right here where they expect you. Also, if you got a sniper rifle, you can come all the way back here right by the C Domination flag, hop up on this barrel, and from there you also get a bit of a line of sight through there. You'll just be able to see the upper part of their body and maybe their head through there. Now, if you're over by the C Domination flag and you have enemies that are spawning back in that area there, something they often don't expect is you can actually hop up right here, and there's a little ledge right here. So you can just kind of chill in this window. You can pick people off through the stairs there as they're coming up. Obviously, you don't want to linger there for too long because once you get a kill or two, they'll start to figure out where you are, and you're pretty exposed up there, so they'll find a way to kill you. Now, coming out of the C-spawns, sometimes you get into battles with people that are over in that area there. This is a pretty decent way to challenge them from this barrel. Over here, you don't have much cover unless you hop up on these barrels and crouch, which does give you a decent line of sight towards them. Also from over here, if you happen to be flanking around and you have enemies over towards the C Domination flag right there, you can actually hop up here, hop up on top of that, and there you go. You got a bit of a line of sight through that area there, and there's no way they're going to catch you through there unless they have lookout or resistance. One thing I wanted to point out over at the B flag here, if you're playing Domination, is from this side and this side only, they have this little area here that you can capture from, and I don't see a lot of people taking advantage of that. Most of the time I see people standing here or something like that, but yeah, you can definitely hop up right here, capture from here. You can also attack people that are trying to come to you while you're capturing the flag there, and unfortunately this side doesn't have a similar sort of thing. You basically just stand next to the truck, and that's the best you can do. Now, coming through this area here, if you're attacking the A Domination spawns and they're spawning back in the warehouse there, you can hop up on the ladder right here, and right there gives you a great line of sight into the people that'll be coming around that corner through that area right there. Of course, though, you just got to keep in mind your back is super exposed to there, as well as down by the A flag. And finally, the last spot I have for you guys, if you're attacking the A spawns from this area here, sometimes you have snipers up there, and you don't want to challenge them head on, so you want to be sneaky and get on their flank. When you're coming up these stairs right here, I see a lot of people that like come up and they'll clear out the spawns and they'll work their way around to get to those people, but you actually get a perfect line of sight on the common sniper spot by just strafing your way up and looking this way. Obviously, you want to check to make sure nobody's coming around that corner off of spawn, but once you get up to this area here, that is the exact spot that almost every sniper will sit, so it's just such an easy kill as you strafe up these stairs. You can even just come up, peek, take your kill, and then get out of there because they will often still spawn back there. It's really, really sticky spawns. So you can just get up, get your kill, and then get back out. So there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for all of the lines of sight as well as secret spots that I was able to find on all of these regular multiplayer maps for DLC 3. I'm really interested to know in the comment section below, out of these 3 maps, which one is your personal favorite? For me, even though I wasn't able to find a bunch of great spots on it, it's definitely Stalingrad. I really enjoy Stalingrad on this map. It definitely reminds me of a Black Ops 1 style map, and I really enjoy that particular style. Also, if you guys have missed any previous episodes to this Maps Exposed series, I've covered every single map so far. I will leave a link to the playlist down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.